Hi children, I have been getting a lot of queries regarding the Viva, where to prepare, what to prepare, how much to prepare, and how would we be presenting ourselves in the Viva, what all we have to keep in mind. So some important tips and some important things, I'm again revising it for you. First of all, you will be bringing both the files. Do not think that मेरी फाइल तो घर पे रह गई, तो अगर आप घर पे रह गई ये फाइल तो there's no point coming for the Viva, because examination would mean writing also, and showing the examiner both the files which you have done. First thing. The second thing was the practical file is a thing where you have used the sheets, and the interpretation is along with the sheets where you have written the practical. It cannot happen that AISS you have written here and you're putting the sheet in the last, or you're putting the sheet in the first. So please make sure that all the interpretation sheets which were duly signed by me in the school when you had conducted it should be in the along with the test where you have written the particular test. The next thing is about the case profile. Yes, you have to bring the case profile. If you think that you are not confident enough to punch the sheets, and the sheets can be punched in a very bad manner and it gives a very bogus look about your work, so please make sure that the particular sheets are put together in a button folder, or you can make a folder on your own if you're very creative, or probably you might have made it earlier if you have it. So the choice is yours wherever you wanting to put up. And if you are confident, you can also use a clip file जो side से clip होती है, that clip file you can use and put the things all together. In the case profile, remember, always remember that you will put a certificate of that I so and so are is a student of Ansraj Model School, and I have completed this case profile under the guidance of my teacher Mrs. Jaita. So I am thankful to her and to the parents and to the child who has cooperated me to complete this case study, right? The case profile. So that that certification will be at the beginning. Then is about your case study, everything along with the response sheets. Do not tell my response sheets are left at home. Please do not tell that, because that is the common thing which most of you say. Please do not tell that. Then you will also write about the conclusion. Conclusion will be the last sheet in your case profile, where you are talking about what is about the case. Who is your case? तुमने किस पे काम करा? I don't want you to say that मैम I don't know, मैम मुझे तो पता नहीं था ये किसके बारे में था, मैम ये तो मैंने 2 दिन पहले करा, जो मेरा केस था वो तो चला गया था. You don't have to tell all this कहानी to the examiner. What you have to tell to the examiner is, such and such was my case. I studied the case over a period of 2 years. Then I tried to find out, and my conclusions, my observations are tuck, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you are able to say at that particular time. Then you will say, after conducting the psychological test in class 12, we also have conducted the test on the case profile. And these are the tests. Suppose you have conducted the RSPM test, so you can talk about what type of percentile was he having. If you have done SCQ, you can talk about what is the self-concept of the child. उसका self-concept कौन से area में अच्छा है, physical में अच्छा है, social में अच्छा है, किस चीज में अच्छा है. So you have to talk about that. Now this is all about your case profile, and you will never ever 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 say ये तो मेरा दोस्त था, मैंने अपने फ्रेंड पे करा, मैंने अपने रिश्तेदार पे करा, मैंने अपने नोन पे कर लिया कोई काम. No, you will not say that. You will say that I have found the case, and after a lot of research and availability of the subjects, I came down, or I zeroed it down to this particular person which I have studied over a period of 2 years under the guidance of my teacher. That is what you have to say. Crisp, short, correct, to the point, bang on for the marks. That's the only mantra for you to do good in the Viva. If you feel nervous, which is actually a normal way, anxious hoke jana for the Viva is very very normal, and it is not anything wrong that you will be experiencing like that. But at that time, remember what I said. If you are anxious, खत्म, कुछ नहीं बोल पाओगे. दिमाग नहीं चलेगा, एंजाइटी आपके थॉट प्रोसेस को पकड़ लेगी, जकड़ लेगी, और आप सोच नहीं पाओगे. सो इफ यू आर, like, if you're witnessing yourself going into that phase, come out of it, take a deep breath, waiting outside the uh, hall or the room for your viva. Count that, do that exercise which I have told you in the class. Do back counting from 108 to 1. Close your eyes, sit, stand calmly. 108, 107, 106, 105, 104. Do not concentrate what the other child is being asked before you. Do not want to hear क्या वो उनसे क्वेश्चन पूछ रही है, बिकॉज वो जो उनसे पूछ रही है तुमसे शायद ना पूछे और तुम वो सोच सोच के घबरा जाओ. तो होल्ड ऑन टू योर पेशेंस, होल्ड ऑन टू योर करेज, gear up the strength, and then face the examiner. Examiner is also going to be a person who is from our field only, so she is not going to do a torture. Nobody comes here, nobody does a torture. So please don't understand and interpret that why are you going to face the viva. It's good, you have studied the whole year and you are being you are facing a person in front of whom you are trying to project that yes, I have been working the whole year round, so there's nothing harm in it, and I would be around. And remember that what vibes I have shared with you in the class, and I try my best to keep you all happy and to keep you all charged. So remember my words, remember me, remember the way I deal with things, and use those tactics in handling the viva. If you have initially lot of stress looking at the examiner, please do not do that eye contact. You sit in front and you just talk about the cases and whatever questions she's asking, and be very clear. The very first practical you start writing, most of the questions, generally if you talk about psychological fact, the fact remains that the first thing, the first write-up which you are doing is the only thing firstly the examiner is going to ask you about. The examiner is going to literally dig more and more questions from that particular thing, right? I will make another video of what could be the general viva questions. Until then, just keep these things in your mind, and also make sure that the test which you have done, right, and the test which you have not done, don't keep that in mind that you will not be asked the viva. You could be asked about questions in the viva from any of the 5 tests which you have done. You should know what is reliability, what is validity, what is standardized means, what are norms, who are the major psychologists, Freud, Piaget, whoever, Wundt, whichever, Wechsler, whatever names you can think about, you just remember 4-5 names, and try also to find out 1 or 2 things which they have actually done. If you remember Piaget, if you remember Pavlov, you should remember one particular thing which they have done majorly. So this is going to help you to navigate your viva in a better way. And I am very much sure and confident that you would definitely do well. I am there with you. I am there with you. Don't forget that. I am there. So don't forget. You will do better, right? Okay. Good luck.